Have you ever heard of great flood stories? Maybe you've come across the tale of Noah's Ark, a story of a man, a boat, and a deluge that covered the earth. But did you know that Noah's Ark is not the only flood story? Across the world, cultures and civilizations have passed down over 24 stories of massive floods. This is the first video in a series of 3, where we'll explore these fascinating legends of survival, destruction, and renewal. In this video, we'll uncover 6 flood stories from some of the world's most ancient and intriguing cultures. Let's dive in. The Sumerian Flood Myth. The Sumerian Flood Myth is one of the earliest known flood narratives in human history, originating from ancient Mesopotamia. The story appears in various forms, most notably in the Eridu Genesis, and is closely tied to the Sumerian pantheon of gods. According to the myth, humanity's growing wickedness and noise provoked the gods, especially Enlil, the god of wind and storms, who decided to cleanse the earth with a great flood. However, another deity, Enki, or Ea, the god of wisdom and water, took pity on humanity and chose to intervene. Enki warned Ziusudra of the impending disaster, instructing him to build a massive boat to preserve life. Ziusudra followed Enki's instructions meticulously, constructing a large vessel and filling it with his family, select animals, and seeds of plants to ensure survival after the deluge. When the flood came, it devastated the land, wiping out humanity and submerging the earth in water for several days. Eventually, the waters receded, and Ziusudra offered a sacrifice to the gods as an act of gratitude. This act appeased the gods, and Ziusudra was granted immortality as a reward for his obedience and piety. The myth emphasizes themes of divine retribution, human resilience, and the importance of maintaining harmony with the gods. The Akkadian/Babylonian Flood Myth. The Akkadian and Babylonian Flood Myth, best known from the Epic of Gilgamesh and the earlier Atrahasis epic, shares striking similarities with its Sumerian predecessor, while introducing new elements that reflect the evolving culture and beliefs of Mesopotamia. In this myth, the gods, led by Enlil, become angered by humanity's constant noise and overpopulation, deciding to destroy them with a catastrophic flood. However, Ea, the god of wisdom and protector of humanity, secretly warns a righteous man, Atrahasis, to construct a large boat and save himself, his family, and a sampling of animals. Atrahasis obeys the divine instructions, building a massive sealed vessel capable of withstanding the raging waters. When the flood arrives, it engulfs the earth, erasing all life except for those aboard the boat. After several days, the waters begin to subside, and the boat comes to rest on a mountain. Atrahasis releases a series of birds, a dove, a swallow, and a raven, to find dry land. When the raven does not return, Atrahasis knows the flood is over. He then offers a sacrifice to the gods, who, now regretful of their hasty decision, gather around the offering, drawn by its pleasing aroma. Enlil, initially furious about Atrahasis's survival, is eventually placated, and a new covenant is established to prevent future overpopulation. The Mayan flood myth, rooted in the sacred text Popol Vuh, describes a cataclysmic flood sent by the gods to destroy an early, flawed creation of humanity. According to Mayan cosmology, the gods attempted to create humans multiple times, each iteration representing a lesson in the balance between divine intention and earthly imperfection. The flood was unleashed to erase the second creation, wooden people, because they were soulless and incapable of honoring the gods. These wooden figures lacked emotion and gratitude, and their inability to fulfill their divine purpose angered the gods, leading to their obliteration. The gods commanded a great deluge that engulfed the world, accompanied by other punishments, such as attacks by their own tools and animals. The wooden people were either drowned or transformed into various creatures like monkeys, symbolizing the imperfections of this failed creation. Unlike later human beings made of maize, who became the Mayan ideal of creation, the wooden people were devoid of spiritual essence. The flood serves not only as a cleansing force, but also as a means of renewal, paving the way for the gods' subsequent and successful creation of humans from maize dough, which is central to Mayan culture and cosmology. The Inca Flood Myth, a central narrative in Andean mythology, recounts a catastrophic flood sent by the creator god Viracocha to cleanse the earth of a failed human creation. According to the myth, Viracocha initially created giants to inhabit the world, but they were disobedient and ungrateful, failing to honor their creator. In response to their insolence, Viracocha unleashed a great flood that engulfed the earth, destroying the giants and purifying the land. Survivors of the flood are often a key element in the story. Some versions mention that 2 individuals were saved by seeking refuge on a high mountain or in a hollowed-out vessel. These survivors are portrayed as the progenitors of the new human race, chosen by Viracocha to populate the earth and uphold his divine will. The narrative emphasizes themes of renewal and the importance of living in balance with divine expectations. Following the flood, Viracocha recreated humanity from stone, shaping them to be more obedient and capable of worshiping the gods properly. The Inca flood myth reflects the environmental realities of the Andean region, where flooding and natural disasters were both feared and revered. It also underscores the Inca belief in cycles of creation and destruction, where divine intervention restores order to the world. This myth served as a means of explaining natural phenomena, while reinforcing the importance of maintaining a respectful relationship with the divine. Viracocha's role as both destroyer and creator illustrates the duality of power in Inca cosmology, where deities are both punitive and benevolent, guiding humanity toward a higher purpose. The Aztec flood myth, deeply embedded in Mesoamerican mythology, recounts the story of a great deluge that marks the end of one of the cosmic ages in Aztec cosmology. According to the Aztecs, the world underwent a series of creations and destructions, each governed by a specific sun or era. The flood occurred at the end of the 4th sun, known as Newiat-Atl, when the gods decided to destroy humanity for their transgressions and failures to live in harmony with divine laws. The flood drowned the earth, and the people of that era were transformed into fish, symbolizing both punishment and transformation. The myth often focuses on 2 survivors, a man and a woman, named Tata and Nine, who were warned by the god Tezcatlipoca to hollow out a large cypress tree and take refuge in it to escape the floodwaters. After the flood subsided, they repopulated the earth, but inadvertently angered the gods by cooking fish in a fire, violating a divine prohibition. As punishment, the gods transformed them into dogs, a recurring symbol in Aztec mythology, associated with loyalty, humility, and the underworld. The Ojibwe flood story, a central narrative in the Anishinaabe oral tradition, tells of a great flood sent by the Creator to cleanse the earth of corruption and restore harmony. According to the story, humanity had become disrespectful toward the natural world and the Creator's teachings, leading to the decision to destroy the existing world with a deluge. As the waters rose, a single righteous figure, often referred to as Nanaboju or Wenaboju, survived by building a raft and gathering various animals to help him on his journey to recreate the world. In the aftermath of the flood, Nanaboju sought to remake the earth. To do so, he enlisted the help of the animals, asking them to dive into the water to retrieve a handful of earth from beneath the floodwaters. Several animals attempted the task, including the loon, the otter, and the beaver, but all failed. Finally, the muskrat succeeded, sacrificing its life in the process. When Nanaboju found the muskrat's small paw clutching the earth, he honored the animal's bravery and used the soil to recreate the land. Placing it on the back of a turtle, Nanoboju expanded the earth, forming Turtle Island, which is the land where humans now live. Thank you for staying with us to explore the fascinating flood myths from different cultures around the world. These stories not only reveal ancient perspectives on natural disasters, but also reflect the profound human connection with creation, destruction, and renewal. This was the first video in a series of 3, where we dive into the legendary tales of great floods across time and traditions. But we're not done yet. We'll return soon with more incredible flood stories that have shaped the cultural and spiritual landscapes of humanity. If you enjoyed this journey, please subscribe to our channel and hit the notification bell so you won't miss our next video. Until then, take care and keep exploring the untold stories of our shared history.